everyone. Hi, this is Marta with Universal Power Tarot, and these messages we bring you today are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys. Hello, my friends. How are you doing? With this new moon in Gemini, we are asking what are the energies, how do we best work with the energies, and what is yet to come. As per usual, I did a chanting for you. There's also a channeled message that I'll read to you before I even draw any cards, and then we'll hop straight into it. Something I can tell already about the Gemini new moon is, like, of course, the twins in action, right? There's two phases and two stages of evolution is what I was getting. And if you would like to, there's the Gemini 2 timeline reading that I did. It seems to tie into this one still, and I myself had to take a little bit of a break here, and this is also a hint for you. You know, if you need to take a break at this time, or it's also recommended to take a break at this time because the energies are so taxing on our bodies. This may be better for the mic so you can hear me better. So, and learning to balance business with pleasure. So finding the balance between your work and your free time, basically, even though you may consider your work as something extremely pleasurable anyways, or as you may even work in your calling, but still there is something about finding the balance between the two. Also, the setup is very, very clear. I cleaned up basically all morning too, so this is also those energies of the new moon in Gemini. So it's thinking patterns, it's communication. Things will become a lot more clear with it was very clear to me which stones I picked. I didn't second guess it. It was just all about intuition, and it was spot on. And we actually only have 5 decks here. So I'm very curious what this is gonna be like. So very clear, cleaning up. With that comes an exact knowing. So the path ahead is clear. You're getting the green light. And from, oh God. No, from one aha to the next is what that says. I really need to learn how to write more clearly so I can read it myself. So please rest when you need to, and these energies are taxing on the body. And don't be too hard on yourself and on your body. However, exercise is becoming more and more prevalent and important for some of you, and some of you actually need to exercise more. This is for health reasons, so just to stay healthy, for your body to find a good balance, and also for mental health, because first of all, it decreases cholesterol and cortisol, and cortisol is well, I almost wanted to say the more important of the two, but they're saying that's not true. Cortisol, so stress hormone, is being decreased by this. It's very interesting. So do exercise if you can. Someone is aligning with the light in a strong way, even though you may not always be aware of angelic presence. Know that they are there. Some are becoming more organized, either for the first time or again. You may be feeling this with this new moon in Gemini. Making plans for the future is something that is very advisable to do this at this time, because you attract. So keep a clear and clean focus is the tip here. Some may not need as much cleansing or saging, because that's what I felt. I just did a quick smudge because your own energetic field has become so stable that it's very clear that what is allowed in and what isn't. So your boundaries may have become very, very strong. Okay, and with the chanting that I did, that will be attached to your extended. I could feel you're tired, like physically tired. So listen closely to your body once again. What does it need? What messages does it hold for you, right? And even like behind the scenes here, everything is very clear and cleaned up. There's like no messy situation whatsoever. And like I said, we have 5 decks here, so we'll see what wants to come through here for you or for us with the energies of this new moon in Gemini. Oh, that almost slipped through the cracks. Almost gone, but then not. You kind of caught something there. Did you see that? It almost jumped out, but then not. Yeah. Wow. Wow, so we have the 9 of Wands, But with that, it actually, huh? With that, it actually feels kind of good. Like something, it's interesting because I'm interpreting this card different today. It's like with that, something is coming together. See this, all of your sorrows, everything that didn't quite work out, it now does. It now all of a sudden starts to make perfect sense. I almost want to say diamond sense for some reason. There's something about diamonds, like of course, with the pressure, that makes a lot of sense. Although I recently heard that's not really what's happening, but that's the example that they're given. Like the pressure makes the diamond. Do you see this? We have like the diamonds inside here, inside the middle. And this pattern only occurs because two come together and we're realigned, we're made into something else, we're transformed. Because as you can see, we have the green here, but the green no longer is green, the green becomes purple. So there's also heart chakra that is, because there's the higher heart as well. Something is very developing, very much developing on the heart level. You could also have healed like major trauma, major ancestral lineage, like starting your ancestral line may start to become very vibrant, very clean and clear here. Yeah, I love this. Yeah, and the crystals may start to become more and more important to you as well, and the meaning of them and how to use them and all that stuff. Yeah. And we have the Eight of Swords. So low self-esteem, but again, it's it's interesting. It's like I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing any negativity with those cards at all. It's just like, look at the beauty within this. You may really realize how things are coming together and how you yourself decided to come here to live through certain things. And oh my God. Okay, this may be sounding triggering to some of you, but it was my own experience today where I thought, wow, it was a privilege, or it is a privilege to live the life that I'm living, in the sense of to have gone through the hardships that I have gone through. To actually, there may be a shift occurring within you as well, where you start to see it from, it's no longer a hardship, it was a privilege to go through these situations with these people, because there really truly is like an immensely higher understanding of who you went through with it, who these people are to you, who they are in relation to you, and also what has changed. Because again, same shift here from black to green, and it all of a sudden makes a pattern that starts to make huge sense. This is the alignment. This is, I see very much as Gemini, a very straight line. You know, it's almost like Libra, where the scales are balanced. That's kind of like what's coming in for you as well. Starting to see very level-headed, starting to see very clear through those patterns that have appeared in your life, like a much clearer view. Thank you. Oh my God. So we have the Six of Wands. That's like the leadership position that you're stepping into, you know, the teaching position that you're stepping into, and making use of everything that you have learned. See this? Because here, the green and the purple are actually coming together as one. So everything that you've learned, and that's where it starts to make sense, is coming together in this one, in this teaching position. You are showing up for others. You're letting them know how to do certain things because they're asking, not because you want to be like, oh, I know something that you don't. It's far from it. It's rather, you know, living by example, or you know, when something comes in, you're easily able to explain. And this change is coming fast with the Eight of Wands. Really fast, like I said, very clear. Yeah. What else, please, for this Gemini new moon? Like going with the flow, really go with the flow if you can. Yeah. If you can, really take some time to yourself when you feel like you're tired physically or even mentally, because you know, these these thoughts, because our thoughts can be sped up with the Gemini new moon, right? Or with Gemini season in general, because that's what it is. It depends on where you have Gemini in your chart, or if you're even like able to connect to Gemini energy, because you may not have it in your chart. Personally, I feel a lot of connection to Scorpio, to Leo, of course, Aquarius, Taurus. Not so much to Gemini, and that's cool. You may be feeling the same way about certain signs, how you're able to easily connect with others in a certain way because of their own alignment. And this is only natural, right? So to some of you, you may be feeling, just because someone, an astrologer or a tarot reader or whomever, is telling you, yeah, those times are so tough, maybe they're not really tough for you, because maybe you're very, very easily able to profit from these exact energies. To me, they're a bit rough because of the mental thing, like I said, but then I just don't go into it that much, and that's something I learned along my path. It's just like, all right, it's going to pass, and that's the message I want to pass on here to you too. It's going to pass. If you're going through a harder time right now and someone else isn't, that's just the way it is. And it'll pass. It'll pass. Like, you may not be given too much into these situations anymore, right? And being just like, well, I may be a little bit confused in the head right now. That's cool. So there's a lot of healing that comes in with this. A lot of having been stripped bare, for sure. Learning about reciprocity is what I'm getting with this. And of course, like they said, that alignment with the light. Also, the colors are so important here. Again, we have the green. It's just that alignment, becoming more and more aligned with your higher self. That is beautiful. And with that, the understanding, with that, the seeing of patterns, with that tremendous healing, right? And tremendous, because this means also being more visible with a star. It can also denote too that you're maybe more in the public eye, or going to become a person of public interest, or maybe you are already. Some of you may not have had the luxury of having your awakening in private. Some of you may have had a very public awakening, okay, is what I'm getting with this. What else, please? Yeah, I'm starting to get the confusion in the head again. It starts again with me. We had that strong, like really strong, in the Gemini, the 2 timeline split reading. Yeah. Wow. Only here to master it. We have the Emperor. And the Emperor is very much looking at the stars here. Very much looking at the whole process, at the whole, like an overseer kind of, maybe even like a father figure type. Other than that, it is like you're aligning to yourself. I'm starting to get the sense of things are hugely slowed down. So this is something that may happen in the beginning of your journey, or maybe somewhere in between, where you're no longer feeling the need to talk as much, no longer feeling the need to think as much, or maybe your thinking has completely stopped. Now seeing a dragonfly reminding us to enjoy life. But really, this is like pure presence and pure bliss as well, because if you're really in the present moment and really see what's around you, you won't feel the need to talk or think, because you're so present. It's actually really, really beautiful to just look at the trees, look at the leaves in the wind, just that, nothing else. Some of you may have even specifically gone hermit for that. It's beautiful. It's also, that brings a lot of peace with it. That brings a lot of, restorative energies with it, is what I can feel. Some of you are actually really, really getting into that, into the practice of being present. Or you may have fallen into that state. Enjoy that state. It's not going to last forever. So enjoy that state. Because I'm just saying it because I don't want you to miss out on it, because I feel like I cut myself short during this time when this happened in my life. It may never happen again, who knows? But it was insane. Like, I saw the world with spirit's eyes. and like they allowed me that kind of a view into that world. And I was like, I kind of took myself out of it too soon, I feel sometimes, because I was afraid like I was never going to snap out of it and then wouldn't be able to be part of society. Or that someone may come and take my child away because I was going in a way that not very many people could understand. So yeah, I kind of snapped myself out of it and was only in there for like 2 weeks, which was like, it was an amazing experience, absolutely amazing, but I was kind of fighting it. I was not really, I was in it, but then at a certain point I started to fight it. So my advice to you is just enjoy it as long as it lasts, because it's fantastic. It's not going to last forever. The King of Pentacles, I all of a sudden saw a samurai sword. Very interesting. So some of you may own one. To others, it's just like a connotation towards, you know how a clear mind is a weapon. It's like cutting sharp through something. And no knife, as far as I know, is as sharp as a samurai sword. So really sharp knife, really focused, really knowing what you want. And some of you could be manifesting, well, earthly riches, and well, good on you. It's definitely denoting to a lot of stability, but because you've found those riches within yourself, right? Hence, they're just now, to the point for some of you is now they're just pouring in. Like there's almost so much that you don't know what to do with it because it's so much. And this may also be feeling, you know, when we're coming from the head space, going back to the heart space, and all of a sudden we feel so much. We feel tremendous stuff, and we feel so rich, like even coming away from money or from financial aspects here, and just being so super present. Interesting, but I'm still feeling like I'm kind of fighting it, maybe even for this reading, you know, to keep talking. But what I actually want to do is just sit in those energies and enjoy. So please enjoy those energies, okay? Yeah, we'll take this over to the Extended to Patreon if you are keen to know more about whatever else wants to come out for this new moon in Gemini. It's 11/11 a month. You can find everything in the description box down below. Also, if you're interested in a private reading or coaching call, go right ahead and email me at universalpowertarot@gmail.com. Sending you so much love, light, and shadow, and I hope this was helpful. See you soon. Bye.